Hello, friends. My text for today comes from John's Gospel, chapter 1, verse 43 through 51. And I'm reading to you from the New Revised Standard Version of the Bible. It says, "The next day Jesus decided to go to Galilee. He found Philip and said to him, 'Follow me.' Now Philip was from Bethsaida, the city of Andrew and Peter. Philip found Nathanael and said to him, 'We have found him about whom Moses in the law and also the prophets wrote, Jesus, son of Joseph from Nazareth.' Nathanael said to him, 'Can anything good come out of Nazareth?' Philip said to him, 'Come and see.' When Jesus saw Nathanael coming toward him, he said of him, 'Here is truly an Israelite in whom there is no deceit.' Nathanael asked him, 'Where did you get to know me?' Jesus answered, 'I saw you under the fig tree before Philip called you.' Nathanael replied, 'Rabbi, you are the Son of God. You are the King of Israel.' Jesus answered, 'Do you believe because I told you that I saw you under the fig tree? You will see greater things than these.' And he said to him, 'Very truly, I tell you, you will see heaven opened and the angels of God descending and ascending upon the Son of Man.'" I remember the first time I heard this text. I was a very impressionable 14-year-old, and I attended a small congregation close to my home, which some might consider rural, in Trinidad, the island of my birth. I didn't have a lot of positive influences in my life at that time, and I was struggling to come into my own, to shape who I was and who I wanted to become. One of the things I was fighting against was the notion that where I came from was in and of itself a disadvantage, and that where I lived was an obstacle in my success and happiness. In other words, nothing good came out of where I came from. This was echoed both by people in my hometown and in other towns. So there I was, at 14, wanting to succeed and achieve something great in my life, but thinking maybe success doesn't happen to people like me. It would be something I would struggle with for years to come. But that Sunday morning, I heard Nathanael ask Philip about Nazareth, Jesus' place of birth, and asking, can anything good come out of Nazareth? I was astonished that Jesus, the Son of God, was being judged on where he was born, where he came from. According to Stephen Hultgren, lecturer of New Testament, Nathanael is like the skeptics who didn't believe that Jesus could be the Messiah because he comes from Galilee. Nazareth was a little-known Galilean village, and Nathanael from Cana, a different Galilean village, despises Nazareth. For Nathanael to suggest that the Messiah comes from this small town is ridiculous. Philip then invites Nathanael to come and see. Nathanael accepts the invitation, and after witnessing Jesus' powers of perception, he believes Jesus is the Son of God and the King of Israel. It's worth noting that the same classism and socio-economic structures which existed in the first century still exists in our world today. Nathanael's reaction showed that he was a product of his environment and carried with him the prejudices of his time. The same way people are judged today based on their income, their zip code, and their family background. But the good news of this Bible text is that Jesus dismantles these preconceived ideas. The fact that he was born in a stable and not in a palace, that his parents were not royalty but were everyday people, and that he traveled on foot and not in a golden chariot, and that his closest companions were fishermen, some of whom might have been illiterate, shows that Jesus, that the God we serve, doesn't care about class, status, wealth, or geography. None of that matters. What does matter is the heart, how we live, and what we choose to do with our lives. So, can anything good come out of a small town on the island of Trinidad? The answer is yes. I'm living a very fulfilled life following my life's goals, along with people from my town who went on to be teachers, lawyers, nurses, and business owners, making an impact on their world. Something great came out of Nazareth, a Savior who loves us and cares deeply for us. So if you're listening today and feel like you can't get ahead because of where you're from or your family situation, don't let that define you. Take hold of your dream and work toward it, and know that God is with you all the way. The grass withers and the flower fades, but the word of the Lord abides forever. Have a blessed and wonderful day. Goodbye for now.